I'm not. You stole my purse with my passport in it. Police! Little girl, I have 8 kids. You're not getting to me.
Sorry, this configuration, police.
Call them. Okay.
Calm down.
You're the one screaming.
This police.
That's right. Let's get the police. And maybe I'll get my passport back.
This
I don't even care if you keep the cash. I don't even care if you keep the cash. Thank you, sir.
For those of you that saw this video here of my mom, this is the story time behind how she stopped the pickpocketers that stole her purse. Okay, so my mom and stepdad were going on a trip to Venice to jump on a cruise ship and do a Mediterranean cruise. They're currently on that cruise, so my mom sent me some text messages that I'll pop up here and just to explain the story of how she stood on 10 toes and stood business against these girls. So they arrive in Venice and they leave the airport, they go to their Airbnb, and as they're crossing the bridge to get to their Airbnb door, these 3 girls crowd my mom, and she has an idea of what's going on. Like, she knows to look out for pickpocketers. And then as she finally makes it to the Airbnb door, she realizes that her book bag that was on her back was unzipped, and they stole her purse and her water bottle. This is important to note. Her water bottle was a metal water bottle that was stolen out of her bag, and then her purse had her passport, her credit cards, cash, her AirPods. So she was frantic trying to get this back. Her and my stepdad immediately started tracking her purse through her AirPods on Find My Friends, and they were able to track it down back to those 3 girls because my mom already knew, like, these people must have been it, and then she saw them with, like, the bag. So she goes and chases them down, and she grabs one of the girls by her ponytail and does not let go. So 2 of the girls stay. One of the girls runs away with my mom's purse. So my mom stays with the girl, still holding her ponytail, waiting for the police to arrive. The Airbnb host was really kind and supportive of, like, helping my mom get her stuff back, calling the police. Apparently these girls were pretty well known for being pickpocketers, and the people that lived there in Venice knew of who they were, and they were causing a lot of trouble. So then my stepdad went and followed the Find My Friends of, like, where the AirPods were going throughout the city. So my mom in the video, as you saw, was relentless on getting her stuff back. She wanted at least her passport. She said she didn't care about any of the other stuff in the bag, but she just at least wanted her passport so she could get home. And the people that were there were so kind. The Airbnb host, the owners of the jewelry shop next door were kind enough to stand there and help her ensure that she was able to get her stuff back and hold these girls accountable. The police officers came, and they were about to arrest these girls when the girl that had the bag over her shoulder went and swung it and hit my mom in the head. And in the bag was that metal water bottle that they took from my mom. So my mom had a massive, like, gash on her head, and it was bleeding everywhere. She got a black eye from it. And the girls were arrested, and then my mom had to go to the hospital and get some stitches. Meanwhile, my stepdad was still chasing down the AirPods. That last girl hopped on a train and went right back to the airport, where they then left the purse at the US liaison office. They were able to contact the local police in North Carolina and have a police officer actually go to their house, where the neighbors were there just to, like, by luck, and ended up calling and, like, notifying my parents that the US, like, passport that she had was there at the airport. So my stepdad got her passport back and her credit cards. They did take the AirPods and the cash, unfortunately, but my mom didn't care about any of that as long as she was able to get home at the end of the day. So then he met my mom at the hospital, where she got some stitches, and then they made their way back to where the Airbnb was to finally get a good night's rest before they were supposed to go out on their cruise. So when they made it back to their Airbnb host was so kind, making sure that she got back okay. The jewelry shop owner next door ended up gifting my mom this really beautiful necklace, as you can see here. And yeah, she just continued to emphasize how generous and kind the people were of Venice that stayed, like, to help her. And amongst like the frustration she had for these girls that stole from her, everyone else in the community there was still just so kind and like trying to help her get her stuff back. So yeah, that's a little bit about my parents' story, but here is a picture of them they wanted to share with everyone. So yeah, let us know if you have any questions.